Welcome to my Hebrew channel, Miel Hebraica. We're looking at Ruth 2, verse 20. Mainly a discourse on the part of Naomi. Naomi is telling Ruth what's happening and giving a little explanation of what the name Boaz means, or who he is, and what he can do or what he should do. So it's a very interesting passage here. It leads us towards the end. It leads us to a very key word in the entire book. We're almost to the end of chapter 2, and now we're getting introduced to a word and a concept, practice also in ancient times, and something that even carries into today in terms of how the Lord relates to us and how God works with us, how he works with his people. So we're going to get into the study. Very interesting, very straightforward Hebrew here, and let's get on with the study. I invite you to have your app open and also an English Bible open so that you can follow through with the translation. I'm going to be translating. I'll do a very literal translation. Sometimes that doesn't quite fit, because modern translation, any translations have to be polished, and I'll give you a very unpolished translation here. So let's get in with the study. Again, in the ancient text, it's a little brush on parchment. So, and we begin with well-known word, vatomer. Boaz is the last word of verse 19. Lovely siluk sof pasuk to close off verse 19. And then verse 20 begins here, vatomer, and I think vatomer appears again a little bit later. We'll catch up with it. Vatomer, and then she said, and then the person who's saying this, Naomi, is the subject of this verb. And then Naomi said, okay, Naomi tomer, okay, vatomer, Naomi, then Naomi said, le kala tach, to her daughter-in-law. We got to remember again that kalach is based on, this is a noun, but it's based also on another, but shorter noun, the base root of kaf lamed, which means all, or to finish, or to complete. Okay, so just have the whole concept of complete. So the kalatach, you'll look it up. If you look it up in your app, it'll be kalach. It'll be kaf lamed hey. The hey is going to go disappear with the apocryphe, and then in its place we have the tau, which is of the construct form of it, of her daughter-in-law of her. Okay, daughter-in-law of her. There's a hey at the end with a mapik. That's the suffix to feminine pronoun on the end of this word right here. The lamed here is a preposition. Okay, towards her, to her daughter-in-law, to the one who's expected to complete. That's why this word kala is also used for the bride. So the bride is going to complete the family. The daughter-in-law is also going to complete the family. So the kalata. And okay, this is introducing then the direct discourse, and this is what she's saying then. Baruch, blessed. Okay, Hugh, he. That's independent pronoun here. The automatic kare is going to be ladonai. I like using the divine name, then I'd have to probably just use a le here. Le Yehovah, okay, le Yehovah. But if you're using the kare, you're going to use the patah here. Ladonai, okay, ladonai. So run it all together. At this point, that sounds a little bit better than the kare, but I'm using the kativ. Le Yehovah, Asher, which, lo, or who, actually, I'm so used to saying this introduces a subordinate clause here, who. It can be which or that, and who. This is who. And since we're talking about a person, Yehovah, then we're going to use the word who here for Asher. Who, lo, not. Little makef right in here. No accenting at all on the negation here. Okay? No, who does not. Azav. Our scribe just took the sign and chopped it way down. You kind of wish you wouldn't do it, because it looks, in fact, it's smaller than the smaller than the yod over here. So Azav, who does not abandon, who does not leave. Same Azav that we find in Genesis 2 when a man leaves his father and mother. Okay, he abandons his father and mother. Lo Azav, also in in Psalm 22, Eli, Eli, lama azav, bachtani. So it does not abandon. It's a negation here, does not abandon. Hasdo, okay, his loving kindness, his mercy, chesed. If you look it up, you're going to find a sigolate here. That's a chet samek with a sigol under each one of them. But this is hasdo, and when you agglutinate the hasdo, the accenting is going to go down to milra. When it's just the root, the accenting would be milel, but here it is hasdo, his mercy. This one is very well known in ki leolam chesdo, because his mercy endures forever. So this is that same word that we find in the Psalm 136. So hasdo, his mercy. It with or to, it has not abandoned his mercy. Now, when you start out with it like this, you start thinking direct object marker, but or complement, but it's the word with makes a whole lot more sense. It's not left his mercy with haim, the living ones. Okay, this is then a plural of haim, the living ones, and with, okay, the it again. Yeah, nice little makef, just well hidden in here, and there's another makef right here, and with ha-matim, and with the dead ones, with the ones who have died, ha-matim. This is also, it's a participle is bumped up into use of as a noun. Okay, so you get ha-matim, the dead ones, okay? The ones who have died, with the ones who have died. Va tomer lach, and then she said to her, Naomi again. We saw Naomi here, and we see Naomi again right here. It's repeated, I guess, in emphasizing that this is Naomi speaking and speaking and speaking. In previous verses, we've seen a dialogue between Naomi and Ruth, but here, this is entirely a speech on the part of Naomi. So, Vatomer lach said to her, the antecedent or the reference here to this suffix pronoun is Ruth, then, to her, okay? And then Naomi is then that's the subject of this verb right here, vatomer. Very exactly same vowel pointing and everything of this word, vatomer, vatomer. In fact, even has the same rafe up here. So, vatomer, lach to her, Naomi. Karov, this is nearby, okay? Karov is nearby. Lanu, to us. Then now she's grouping, when you have us here, she's grouping Naomi and Ruth, okay, and her immediate family now, okay. Karov lanu, near to us. Haish, the man. You have a article in front of ish, the man. Mi, go aleinu. Hugh, okay. He is a kinsman redeemer to us. Okay, here you have lanu, to us, and then this is also to us. Okay, same nun surik, nun surik. He is to us. He is a redeemer. Goel is to redeem. Okay, the root is often used in a negative sense, a redeemer of blood. In other words, the one who has to take revenge. But this, the whole meaning of the goel means to restore something. Something has been lost. The family has been lost. People have died. Inheritance is going to be lost. The name is going to be lost. Things are just going down the tubes. But this is the one that has to bring it back. Into the third chapter, we're going to see Boaz referring to another goel. There was another one that was closer than what he was. So maybe just an immediate brother of Elimelech and Boaz, possibly a cousin or something like that. But there was one much closer than what Boaz was. So he has to interview the other goel. And that is leads to quite a long dialogue in chapter 4. We'll get to that. Very interesting. There's one verse there, I think the word goel appears something like 13 or 14 times. Wow, really over the top in terms of, and this is then the key word or the key concept or key theme of the entire book, the redemption. He has to redeem. Something has to be restored. And this is, of course, for us is a key theme as well for Christian faith. The sin of the world has destroyed and ruined a lot of things. We're going to lose our inheritance. We're going to lose our life. We're going to lose our we're finished. We need goel. We need redemption. And so, of course, the one who sends the Redeemer is Jehovah, but the Redeemer for us as in Christian faith is our Savior Jesus Christ. He's our Redeemer. He's the one that all of the sin and all the destruction that we are suffering from our lives due to sin, he's the one that brings our lives back, who brings us back to relationship with God, who brings us back into the family of God, back into the covenant of God. That's the work of Jesus for us. Just a great concept. So in the story of Ruth, the whole matter of goel is on a human level of God sending his goel, that is in this case Boaz, to redeem or rescue the family of Elimelech. But we know this is also very much a teaching, or very much anticipating in the scriptures the redemptive work of Christ in our lives. So get a real good handle of this whole thing. We've lost an awful lot, but it's coming back. It's being redeemed. It's being bought back through the blood of Christ. So great theme here, and we'll get into a whole lot more studying what the goel means for Boaz, for Ruth, for Naomi. They've lost everything, but the goel brings it back. So Miguel knew he is the kinsman redeemer for us, to us, and he's the one. Okay, the whole passage it ends with just an independent pronoun, and he. And when you see Hugh like that, it's hey, that points out who's the person who's going to do this work for the family. So Megoel nu Hugh. He is our redeemer. He's our kinsman redeemer, the one who has the task of restoring the family, restoring the inheritance, restoring the name. Everything has to be brought back. In Christ, we have that. It's something Jesus does for us as our Redeemer, and we must be very grateful for the work that Christ does on our behalf. So may God bless, may God strengthen you in this day. Until the next time.